Let's face it, our presentation is boring. It needs color, it needs some pizzazz, it needs photos. We all know the analogy about photos, and it couldn't be more true in PowerPoint. To help convey our ideas to an audience, nothing speaks faster than a photograph, illustration, or diagram of some sort. It's also true that photos of people will connect better emotionally with your audience too. PowerPoint gives us quite a few ways to add photos and make them look great. So let's get started. Let's open up our sample file for this chapter and head to slide number 2, Introductions. There's a lot of space available on the right side, so let's put a photo over there. We learned in a previous chapter how to change the layout of a slide. Let's pull down the Layout menu and choose one that gives us content in 2 columns. Here's one called To Content. The placeholder on the right is created, and you'll remember that if we want text, we would simply click and start typing. This time, we'll choose from the 6 content icons in the placeholder. Let me show you what these do. We can insert a table, and PowerPoint will ask us for a number of rows and columns, and then we simply add text or numbers to each cell. We can add a chart, like a pie, column, bar, or line. We can add a smart art graphic, or a diagram, such as a flow chart, organization chart, Venn diagram, cycle diagram, pyramid diagram, etc. We can add a photo, picture, logo, any kind of graphical file from our hard drive or the network. We can add clip art, which really means any kind of Microsoft-supplied media, such as a photograph or illustration from Microsoft Office Online. And we can add media of our own, such as a video clip or an audio clip. When we click on the picture icon, we're shown the familiar dialog box asking us which photo we want to insert. I'm going to navigate to my Exercise Files folder and then my Assets folder to find a photo that I want to add. I'll click Insert, and there it is. Notice how the photo is inserted automatically into the placeholder, and we don't have to worry about adjusting its position or size. This keeps things consistent. Now, let's try another method, inconsistency. We're going to place a photo onto our title slide without the use of a placeholder. So head over to slide 1, switch to the Insert tab on the ribbon, and you'll find Picture on the far left. Let's choose a different photo this time. And before we click Insert, notice how PowerPoint remembered the folder that we were last in. You'll see the image inserted, and depending on what you chose, it's probably pretty big. It even covers up our text. You see these 8 handles along the edges, the corners and the sides. We can use them to resize the photo like this. Note that when I do this, I only use the corner handles. Doing so keeps the ratio of the height and width the same. If I accidentally grab it by the sides, I run the risk of skewing the picture like this. I can hit Undo and then return back to the corner handles to resize. We can also grab the picture and drag and drop it into any position we want to, like this. Now, what about clip art? Microsoft uses the term clip art to describe anything that you've downloaded for free from Microsoft Office Online, a huge collection of royalty-free images that includes illustrations, photographs, and even some sound and video. Their library is constantly expanding. Let's head over to slide number 13. When we discuss why we're so special, we want to add a photo of one of our many satisfied customers. But since we don't have any signed releases, we're going to head over to Clip Art. From the Insert tab, I'll click on the Clip Art button, which exposes the Clip Art task pane on the far right. Like a search engine, you can type in a keyword, such as customer, and press Go. See how our results include both pictures and illustrations? If we only want to insert a photo, I can pull down the Results Should Be menu and uncheck illustrations, maybe even video and audio, leaving only photographs in our results. Click Go again, and now our list has been reduced to just photos. If I found the perfect photo, great. If not, I'll try other keywords until I do. Now I can click on the photo that I want to insert and have it automatically inserted into my slideshow. Just like before, I use the handles on the corners to resize the image and then position it wherever I want. There's a lot more that we can do with photos to give them a more professional look, and we'll cover them all in upcoming chapters. Keep in mind that your photos should be relevant to your presentation and feature people as often as possible if you really want to connect with your audience. To wrap up, I'm going to close the clip art task pane by clicking on the X here.